Hello, You Revealed Live family. This is Tracey Knight, your self-mastery coach. I hope all is well with you today. Today is a cool, really a cold, hey Michael, day here in Atlanta. And hey Nedra, it's threatening to rain a little bit, but all of that is really welcome given the topic for today, which is to heal, you gotta go deep. And I first want to remind you to like us, tag us, and share us with all your friends. And my mask is really messing with me here. Today's segment of You Gotta Go Deep in Order to Heal is really the continuation of the segments I started back on October 1. Hey Andre, and if you remember, right after my birthday, hey Sin, I decided that I was going to do a major purge on my life. And I was going to purge mentally, emotionally, physically, so that spiritually my life could be driven by the part of me that is intangible, so that I could hear clearly what my spirit was telling me to do in all aspects of my life. I've invited my spirit to come forward and to lead every aspect of my life. But a lot of times, because we're so inundated with noise, whether it be from technology or just the chaos that our mind creates in the way of our belief systems, a lot of times we can't hear the message that is coming down through our GPS, which yesterday we talked about our global our global navigational system, right? That is really communicating with us at all times in our life, telling us, do this, do that, don't do that, don't do that. This is what's best for you. You know, take this heed. And so a lot of times we're not able to really hear it because we're so busy hustling and grinding and trying to stay small and trying to protect the wounds of our life from having us feel that we get totally thrown off and really have very little direction. And then we wonder why we're not able to really achieve the goals that we set. We don't understand why we keep having relationships that do not work out. We keep getting the same results. It seems like we keep attracting the same type of people. We can't understand why we can't attract the money that we deserve in our life. Money may seem to be scarce, or, hey Leon, may seem to be fleeting for us. You know, even with the career, we're ready to up-level our career, but don't know how, and we don't know where to turn for guidance, but that guidance is already there for us, but if the line, Robin, is strangled out. And so in order to clear the line, so that we can hear clearly, we almost have to do a spiritual surgery on our life. Hey, Sean, we have to do like a spiritual surgery on our life. And if you ask your higher power, he, she will help you do that. So back in October, I started purging. The reason that we purge is to, first of all, to unveil to ourselves the attachments that we have to things, to people, to environment, to situations, to just material possessions. And we get a chance to really ask ourselves, is this serving my greatest and highest good? And so what happens is we get a chance to see just how connected I won't say connected, but how attached we are to things, to people. Because we're like, oh my God, I can't get rid of that because that is defining me. That makes me feel worthy. It makes me feel like a big person. It makes me feel like I'm smart. It makes me feel like I'm important. You know, so you start to see when you start questioning every single item, like, do I need this? Do I utilize this? Does this serve my greatest and highest good? Even with relationships, we start questioning like, okay, well, does this relationship really serve my greatest and highest good, or have I held on to it tightly because I'm afraid of being alone? That is an attachment, and attachments always will keep our lives small and stifled. So I have purged literally every single room in my house. I still have a little bit of the office to do, which I will do next week. But today I knew that the big job, hey Orlando, the big job was going to be the basement. And not because there's just so much stuff down here. There is stuff down here that needed to be purged. But I knew that the basement was going to be a big deal for me because it's really symbolic of the deepest, darkest crevices of our life. Hey, Janice. And the basement is where it's oftentimes, basement and garage, which is oftentimes dark. Sometimes, so in other words, things are shielded and you can't really see exactly what's there. You know it's stuff, you know, but you don't really know what the stuff is. And you also know that it may be damp. So that means that it is, when stuff is like moist and dark, things can grow there that you don't want to grow, like mold. Of course, you can have bacteria, you have insects and all this stuff that is down there, and then there's cobwebs. That's the other thing. Like there's cobwebs and spider webs like everywhere. Dead insects everywhere. This is all symbolic of what we have in the deepest, darkest crevices of our own life, of our own psyche, you know, of our own mind. What we've done is we've taken bits and pieces from all the experiences that we've had, right? Especially those that we feel like we have failed in, we feel like we got hurt in, those that we feel like we were embarrassed by, we are ashamed of, we feel guilty about, we feel angry about, we feel fearful about doing it again. All of those relationships, we have taken bits and pieces. Now we're strong enough so we keep persevering, but the problem is we keep holding on to those skeletons. We hold on to those bits and pieces and we keep packing them down, and we put them in boxes and pack it away so that we can't look at it, and we put it in the deepest, darkest areas of our mind, and we just store it away. But what happens is after time, stuff starts to get real cluttered. You can barely get your car in the garage. You know, you can't even walk through. You don't know what's there. Maybe it starts to smell. You know, it could be any number of things. The point is, it's all symbolic of us holding on to things that we no longer need anymore in our life. We are truly safe. We are truly loved. We are truly provided for at all times. So there's not necessary to hold on to old things that don't serve us anymore. And we're afraid that if we get rid of them, that we may not remember and we will make the same mistake over and over. Well, first of all, we didn't make a mistake. We made the best decision that we could, given the information, the awareness, the consciousness, and the sense of love that we have for ourselves in the present moment. We did our very best. So we need not see it as a failure, but an opportunity. Hey, Evelyn, an opportunity for us to grow. If there's one message that I have reconciled with right now, it is, I am not fixing myself, and you're not fixing yourself either. We are already perfect, whole, and complete. There's nothing for you to fix. What we are doing, though, should you accept this assignment to become a master of your life, you are growing. We are growing. That's what I'm doing. I'm growing. I'm growing into the woman that I'm already created to be. A woman who knows that she is perfect, whole, and complete. A woman who knows that she is worthy and entitled to good health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and infinite money. You know, and healthy, harmonious relationships are a part of that, you know. So what we have to do is we have to go deep into the crevices of our own life to pull out the things that no longer work for us. So Sin asked me earlier what we're doing. I have some very loyal helpers here right now who are helping me to pull out every single thing in my basement and garage, and I'm questioning everything here. Now what I did was initially, because I went from room to room to room, every drawer, every closet, every corner, every nook, you know, from the kitchen to the bedroom to the office to the living room, it did not matter. Everything was up for interrogation. Everything was up for question as to whether or not I wanted to keep it in my life. And so the things that I didn't want, I put in a garbage bag and put it downstairs. And so that stuff has been moved out. But now it's time to pull out the other pieces that are here that are embedded with cobwebs and old spiders that are now dead. And there's a lot of dust and debris down here. And so once again, we're pulling the stuff out, we're dusting it off, because I don't want to take into my new year, 2018, any of the old dust and dirt. It's time to let that go and heal our body. And I mean our mental body, our emotional body, and our physical body is conditioned and created to heal itself if we allow the wounds of our life to heal up. But you first, even when you get cut, if you go, oh, I got cut, right? It starts to bleed. Well, bleeding is all about pushing out the poisons, pushing out bacteria that does not belong there. That's what we're doing. We're pushing it out. And then what we have to do is to wash it off, to cleanse it. Well, we're sweeping out the garage. We're cleaning off the dishes and appliances and stuff that I have stored down here. We're cleaning it off so that it's now all clean. I've already had an exterminator come to get rid of so many spiders down here. And then what we're going to do is put, cleanse it and put a Band-Aid on top of it, which is just reorganizing it. It's just the process of reorganizing so that I have clarity. I have clarity and direction, hey Cookie, about what I'm doing and where I'm going. What is important to me and what's not. It's freedom is what we are doing. It's free. It's liberating my life. And so I want to challenge you to go deep. Now, this is the thing that most people don't like to do because it can be painful. And you're right, it can be painful. But you're already in pain. You're in a numbing pain. That pain that is like having a dagger that is, you know how you can have something stuck in you and it just is constantly nagging at you. It's just throbbing at you. And you learn to live with it because it's been there for so long. Well, why don't we just pull whatever it is out and cleanse it off and allow it to actually heal? The skin will grow back together and it will be made anew. And your life can be made anew. And I shouldn't say your life will be made anew. Your life will be made true. And that's a quote from Alani Shani. It's time for us to let go of trying to make a new life and let's make a true life. The life that is authentically who you are. But you can't get to it unless you're willing to go a little deeper, dig a little deeper, as that was one of the little songs on The Princess and the Frog. You got to go a little deeper. Don't just stay on the surface of questioning yourself. Reveal yourself to yourself. It is safe. You are safe. You are loved. And you really are provided for. You're protected at all times. Remember that your spirit will not forsake you. All you have to do is to rely on it. Now be careful because your humanity will want you to avoid this. We're not avoiding anymore. Avoidance leads to pain. The numbing, dull pain that keeps us small. We're ready to elevate when we go into 2018. So that's it for today. That's the topic. I got to get back to work because people will be looking at me crazy if I'm not over here helping sweep out some of these cobwebs and saying, hey, we're getting rid of this, we're getting rid of that. So I want to do that. And I also want to encourage you. I hired a high school student to help me with this. And I encourage you, there are young people out there that will help you. They are looking for work. They're looking for opportunities to be productive in their life. Give them an opportunity to come in and support you and to earn some money. And this person is also learning great organizational skills as he learns how to strategically organize and map out exactly how this garage and basement really is going to look. So be a blessing to somebody else and more importantly, be a blessing to your own life. This is Tracey Knight, your self-mastery coach. I'll be back again with you tomorrow. Until then, remember, today is the day, not tomorrow, today. I see Janice says challenge accepted. I love that. So today is the day that we take back, we transform, and we win at our own life. I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.